Hey everybody, this is going to be a process video response for Crafty Irena. I'm making her the artist trading cards that she wants. So I started with this paper pad that I got from Hobby Lobby just a couple of days ago on discount, and it's Kaiser Craft and it's called Expressions, and they have 160 designs. I think it's probably a collection of their maybe older papers or something, but it's just got some really pretty, I just loved it. It's really eclectic, and I love that about it. But I've chosen some patterns that I think are appropriate for French and Marie Antoinette. So I cut out my trading cards. I put it on something called Carolina Cover. I don't know whether you can get this in your area. I get it from a local office supply, and it's the weight of a cereal box, but it's acid free, and one side is semi-glossy and the other side is matte. And I think it's used for cover stock for the printing industry. I don't know, but it is some cool stuff, and it's like you have to buy it in these giant sheets that are huge, like 40 by 25, I don't know, they're huge. And 20 of those sheets cost me $20, which when you think about it, for chipboard, and it cuts like butter, and it's like lightweight chipboard, but yeah, anyway, I love it. That is called Carolina Cover Stock, and I should probably look and see our Carolina paper, see if I can find it on the internet, because I have a feeling that business is going out of business. Plus, I'm going to be moving soon, so there's no question we were going to move, it's just where. So anyway, I've covered them. I've used my PVA glue that you guys know I love my PVA glue. Anyway, and I just basically adhered those down. And then I wanted to do some stamping on there, and I pulled out my French Country stamps from Graphic 45, sorry. I am a night person, and it's still midday, you know? By midnight, I'm going to be like, woohoo! Can't do anything but play! Which really isn't good. It really isn't good to be a night person. The world is not made for night people. Okay, so I'm just going to use my StazOn because then it won't bleed. And I don't really want the stamping to be like, I want it to be kind of just sort of a background feature. So I'm going to do kind of like that. And let's see, this is a fun stamp. Just give it some background texture, maybe some words. Okay, and maybe this one. Just kind of collage-y stamping, nothing in particular. This stamp. Let's see here. Wow, that looks fine. And then the bee with the crown. How cute. Let's make sure it's right set up. Alright, good enough. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I didn't want to do too much. And then I am trying out a new thing. I got on, I saw a video on how to make your own texture paste out of homemade texture paste. I used clear glaze medium, I used some gesso, I used a little bit of water, and I used baking soda. So in this template, oh my gosh, I have no idea where I got this. I actually think this might be scrap goods. All I can tell you is I've had it for a very, very long time. But it just looks French country to me. So I'm going to put it on there. And I'm going to slur on my new texture paste that I've made. And we're just really playing. That's the thing about artist trading cards, right? That you just kind of play and that you don't over plan things. Alright, let's see how that came out. Not too bad. Now we gotta let it dry. Okay, I'm back, and these have dried, and I'd never used this before. I would say I like the kind that you get, you know, the actual commercial kind better, but mine is buried in a storage unit, and that stuff is expensive, and this cost me practically nothing. And it dried really fast. I didn't realize how fast it would dry. I think it was maybe a half an hour, so it was faster than I expected. I've gathered some things to finish this up with. I've got a whole pile of laces, because that's definitely something that Marie Antoinette wore a lot of. And I've got some flat back pearls in the pink color, because Irena said she really liked those. I have some of my little molds that I've made with Sculpey. I've got a couple fleur-de-lis, which is of course the symbol of French monarchy. That's where that comes from. I've got one little decorative frame, a key, and this is a little crown that I've put some rub and buff on, so that'll be nice. And then I've got some of my little handmade flower buds. I cut out some little frames on the Cricut, some little gold frames. These are the things I've gathered. And I've got some stamps. I've got some paper, because I've got some phrases that I like for this. So I've just got some regular heavy cardstock that I can, you know, like cut a quick thing out of. And then I've got 4 images that I printed up off the internet, and I just took them and printed them on regular photo paper, and oh my gosh, they came out gorgeous. I really love this one. She's dressed in man's clothing. Love that. And here she is quite young. And then this picture is pretty neat. So I am going to proceed. I've also got some embossing powder, and I've got my gun. I've got my glue gun heating up. So what I wanted to do, I hope this goes well, is I wanted to just, and I don't necessarily want it to be perfect, but I've got my Versamark, and I'm just lightly patting it on this texture paste, and I'm hoping to get just the top of it. So let's see what happens. I may have to be doing a lot of work with a brush. Yeah, I'm going to have to brush it a little bit. Let me see here if I can find a brush. Yeah, there's one hiding it back there. Because I don't want to cover the background paper, I just wanted like the raised areas of that embossing paste to have some embossing powder on it. And I didn't want it to be like completely covered. but I also didn't want it to be like perfect. There we go. Let's see how that goes. Heat up the gun. Oh, that came out super fun. Hopefully the gun will be hotter next time so that it won't take as long. I don't know if you can see that. See, it just kissed the tops of that so you can see the white behind, and then the, see if I can even get it closer. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's cool. Okay, I have all 4 of those done, and now I want to think about my photos, which are quite large for an ATC. And I just wanted like to place the frame over. I don't know that I necessarily want it. Well, I'm definitely going to cut this down. Let's go to by 2 inches. Make them square. At least this one. I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off of each side of this one. And it was kind of neat how this one had her name on it, so I'm going to rescue that from the bottom. Right, so let me see what I can do with this now. Just don't drop it. That would be a key. Don't drop it. I think for this one, this frame, because then we can put her name like right down there. Actually, maybe we do want this to be sort of in the frame, at least this one. I'm going to cut it down a little further so that it actually fits inside of the frame. Yeah, that's pretty. Alright, let's hope my glue gun is fired up and ready. Alright, just a little bit of glue. Get the string out of the way. Oh, I better trim this down a little more on the top. There we go. Maybe straight. And I don't think I'm going to bore you with building all 4 of them. I'll just sort of build one and then show you when they're all done. Ah! Where should this picture go? I love how this frame has the crown on top. Can you see that? In fact, I wonder if that's where we should put that crown. Maybe so. I think this has a bit of soft blue behind it. Excuse me. So I think I want to put it on this one. Yeah, because this one's kind of, this picture's kind of simple, but the background's busy. So I want to put it on this one. And then, let's see here. Like maybe this ribbon. I remember what I was thinking. I kind of wanted, put it on this side. I kind of wanted this because it was, yeah, and then I wanted to maybe put this over the top of it. Do some you know what I'm talking about. Layering. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down this. This is kind of a soft seafoamy green lace. Had it in my stash. Have a lot of lace in my stash. Have a lot of ribbon. Love ribbon and lace. Kind of sad that people aren't using it as much as they used to. It's like when you look at the sort of big names, I suppose, like Jennifer McGuire and stuff, they hardly ever see them use ribbon anymore. They use a lot of twine, but they seem to have abandoned ribbon, which is interesting to me. I don't know why. Ribbon is awesome. Ouch. Don't burn your fingers on the hot glue gun. Okay. I like that. Trim it down, and then I'm going to put her on Pop Dot on some foam tape. This, I think I do want to put that crown here. And then I have a saying that I got that I want to put on here. And I think I'm going to put it like right down there. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. I had it in. Oh, here they are. I moved them so I could find them. And then I hid them from myself. Isn't that how it always goes? This saying says choose to shine, and it just, it's in a, I don't normally know where my phrases come from, by the way, because I separate them by, like here, awareness phrases. But I just got this one, and it was in a Paper Wishes paper doll. Set, and I just loved it. And to me, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's Marie Antoinette, because that woman, she did choose to shine. Her life was very bizarre, privileged, and yet in a lot of ways she was trapped, and she just consistently chose to be the best her that she could be. Even the whole let them eat cake thing, it's because she didn't have any idea really what it was like to be poor. She never lived that. She was a princess who became a queen, and it's kind of a sad story, you know. And she loved her children. She was very passionate about her family, her children, and then all of her children and herself and her husband were killed in the French Revolution. Which, you know, I understand that the revolution was necessary, but it was brutal and ugly. And poor Marie Antoinette got caught in the crossfires of that. And I think it was quite sad, because she was just a woman who loved her children, who was choosing to make the best of the life that she was given. So I'm going to tuck this in under here. Choose to shine. And then I'm sure that we need a little blingerific. I have these little flowers. Or do we want to throw some of these on here? I do like that there. All right, almost done. Let's put some of those little pearls down there, and then I'm going to be done because one thing I don't want to do is cover up all that work I did on the background, and that's what can happen if you just kind of go layer crazy. You get to where you don't see the work you did underneath, and to me that's sad. Because I put a lot of work in that background and it's almost entirely covered, and I'm like, that was such a cool background, I don't want to cover it entirely. So yeah, so I'm going to stop after this, after I put these little pearls on here. But a queen must have her pearls. So all right, I think this one is officially finished. And I will go ahead and do the next 3 off camera because I don't want to bore you with, you know, showing you every single one. It could go on, it would be like another hour. And I don't want you to have to do that. So I will, once I'm done, this is basically the process I'm going to use for all of them. I'm going to frame the pictures and then just put some embellishments on, and that'll be done. So I will be making another video that's more of a just, this is what I've done, and then I will refer people to this video if they want to know how I did it. So, but it was nice, I think, sometimes to have a process video so you can see kind of some fun stuff, and then this is a kind of a new, this is kind of a fun technique that I did with the embossing paste, so I think hopefully you've enjoyed that part of it. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.